Kasama ang mga pilosopong sina Jovi Miroy at Ron Capinding. Lundagin mo, baby! Leaping upward, leaping forward. Lundagin mo, baby! Leaping to greater heights, to greater wisdom, to greater magis. Lundag na, Ateneo!
Feeling blue. Ever thought of looking into the bright side of things? Let us help you out. Join our light, engaging, and inspiring conversations with our Chaplains on Air. Hosted by Father Junji Bargayo and Father Henry Ponce of the Society of Jesus. Chaplains on Air. The chaplains are now in. Here on Chaplains on Air. Thursdays at 6 p.m. only on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM.
Jescom Music Ministry, music that uplifts the soul. Follow jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Kaibigan, alam mo na ba kung ano ang mga karaniwang sintomas ng COVID-19? Ito ay ang mga sumusunod: lagnat, pagkapagod, at dry cough. Habang sa ilan naman ay sipon at baradong ilong, sore throat o diarrhea. May ilan naman ang wala pang sintomas, pero pwede pa rin nilang maipasa ang virus sa iba. Kung ikaw ay nasa mga lugar kung saan kumakalat ang COVID-19 o kaya may close contact sa mga taong kumpirmadong may COVID-19 o sa mga nag-aalaga sa kanila, ipagbigay alam ito sa health worker sa inyong barangay. COVID-19, kayang-kaya nating tapusin.
Radyo Katipunan is now online. See our live feed on facebook.com/radyo-katipunan. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter at Radyo Katipunan and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM for more exclusive content.
To listen to music that uplifts the soul, follow Jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. Our music is also available on iTunes and Deezer.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
catch us on New Wave.
Surfing through the latest on our shores.
Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there!
Baka naman pwede.
Baka naman pwede?
Baka naman pwede. Mga isyung napapanahon, ating pag-usapan. Baka naman pwede. Gamit ang mga pananaw mula sa iba't ibang kalinangan.
Baka naman pwede.
Mula sa Institute of Philippine Culture, kami inyong samahan, tayo'y maghuntahan. Dito lang sa Baka Naman Pwede. Tuwing Huwebes, alas 3 ng hapon, dito lang sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Follow at Radyo Katipunan in our social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Good morning, Ateneo! Start your day right with your morning wake-up call. Good morning, Ateneo! Catch the latest news and stories around the campus. Good morning, Ateneo! Your daily dose of radio chikahan, tawanan, kantahan, and kwentuhan. Every morning from 9 to 10 a.m. Tuesdays to Fridays. Good morning, Ateneo! Your mornings will never be the same again. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo,
May I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
Catch us on
New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores.
every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there. Hello everyone! Good afternoon! It's your midweek gang who's always ready to hang, coming at you live through Radio-Katipunan 87.9 FM via Zoom. I'm Max.
And I'm Austin, and this is New Wave.
Alright, so as we can see, there's a bit of stormy weather, so just in case, please bear with us. We hope that the stream is smooth though.
Yes, that's true. But yeah, now that we are in another episode of New Wave, Maxie, what you been up to nowadays?
Well, actually, I just wanted to say there are a lot of people in our comment section very excited for Spongecola. And before we get to that, we're just going to have to discuss a few things first. So, Austin, what old hobbies did you have to give up, like, before the pandemic started, that you were able to revisit during the pandemic?
Oh, well, actually, there were a lot of things that I actually did get to do. I mean, one of the things was actually picking up this show and being able to start New Wave. But aside from that, I was able to do a lot of things like practice guitar and even take up skateboarding. How about you?
That's right, actually. Like, there were a lot of things that all of a sudden, because you're at home, especially if you remember that month where we had no classes yet and we were kind of just waiting to see what would happen, what was the fate of the school year. That was like the time where we could really like start revisiting things. But throughout the pandemic, like recently actually, I was able to revisit ballet, something I really liked to do before the pandemic started, but had to stop because of like time and start. And how was it formed?
Oh, okay. Well, I started bedroom ballet in 2020, and quite honestly, it started with like a pandemic existential crisis.
Oh,
because I graduated in 2020, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go in corporate because I don't think I wanted to start a new job online with an online setup, and so I decided to start my own thing. I wanted to teach ballet for the meantime. It was 100%. I did not plan on it getting big.
Yeah.
It was more like I just like ballet and I haven't danced in a while, but I did want to teach people how to dance and make use of my experience before. And so that's how I started bedroom ballet in 2020.
That actually sounds really good, and it sounds really nice how you were able to, you know, take this existential crisis and turn it into something like really cool as this.
I like how you use the term existential crisis. Actually, it was like, yes, relatable.
We all,
we all went through that.
We all went through it.
And I like how you're actually turning it into. But I actually wonder about, because ballet is a very I'd say like when you take classes, you know, it's usually people are there and they're with the instructor. So how are operations like, you know, holding ballet classes online?
Surprisingly, I mean, there are challenges considering I don't see the students in real life and I can't hold them and correct them physically.
Yeah.
But I think the pros of having it online was that I got to get more students in a sense that these are the type of students who enroll in my classes are the type of people who would not have danced ballet if it weren't online. So a lot of them, like the insight I got from them is they're shy or intimidated to take classes in a real studio. And so when they found out they could do it on Zoom, suddenly they got really like sipag about it and they were really full on taking classes consistently every week. And so it's worth it, even though it's a little hard correcting or really teaching someone technique over a video call.
Was there like a really like hard instance that you can recall that would have been pretty easy if you guys were face to face?
I think it's teaching the kids. Because the thing with when I teach adults, at least, they have more body awareness. And so it's easy to say, oh, you're supposed to feel this. It's supposed to look like this. for kids, you have to be very creative. Yeah, the way you describe things, because you can't just say, oh, you have to feel like the back of your thighs. They don't know that. So you have to get creative and be like, oh, draw a rainbow, pick up the flower, do a fairy run. Like, it's you have to be very, you just have to be very creative and speak their language, basically. So I guess that's the hardest part. So it takes a lot of energy teaching the kids.
I'm sure. And then the fact that it's online, because like at least like when you're in real life, you're all in the studio, but now you're in like separate rooms. So the interaction itself is very different.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. So now that we know that you have both adult classes and kid classes, what are all of your classes available and who can attend?
Oh, well, I think that's like the major selling point of Bedroom Ballet. Like, we really accept all students, whether you're a kid first-timer or you're an adult first-timer or you're an adult getting back to ballet after having quit for like 5 years. Like, Max.
You just described my situation.
Yeah, so we have ballet classes for people of all ages, and we also, in addition to the ballet classes, we have flexibility classes, which is something I started on my own because I thought it's like a flexibility and ballet conditioning class. And what I like about this class is like it's a perfect pair for your ballet classes. I like to describe it as a not boring yoga class where we do a lot of stretches and conditioning, but we're not going to be listening to meditation music. It's a little more
upbeat,
faster pace, upbeat, without being a full-on high intensity workout. And what's nice with the flexibility classes, even the people who don't dance ballet, they take that class because it's a medium intensity stretching class, but you still get a good workout without having to die and eat 10 cups of rice after.
Have you ever had like an instance though where maybe one of your students probably got injured? Like, do you have to help them, or like has that happened?
Well, thankfully, I haven't gotten an injury. I think I teach them naman to pace themselves. I think the most important thing in flexibility classes is, because like traditional flexibility, meaning old school flexibility, is just doing the stretch and hurting yourself until you get the split, basically. But now, thankfully, more modern day flexibility classes, people know how to pace themselves well in the way that we're not gonna hurt ourselves, we still get progress, and we still get results. So thankfully, I haven't gotten an injury in any of my classes.
Good to hear.
That's good, and let's hope not. One of the first classes of yours I attended was the Taylor Swift Katy Perry Open class, which was this flexibility class that you're just talking about, but themed because of the music.
Yeah.
Do you have any of those coming up soon for anyone who might be interested?
Yes.
Great.
We're doing it's Halloween season, so we're doing Halloween themed classes starting next week till the end of October. So that's not just the flexibility classes. We also do themed ballet classes, which again, I don't think there are other ballet schools that do themed classes. So that's just like my twist on things, just to keep it fun and to keep, because Bedroom Ballet, we like to take ballet seriously, but not so seriously. So we can still have fun with it. And it's not like we're all trying to get into like professional ballet. I'm sure a lot of people are just passionate or they just want to try ballet, and so that's the market we're going for.
Yeah, that actually sounds really good. And also like how you said a lot of people get really shy, so like now is really the best time to get into it.
And you'd be surprised, there's a lot of people who same insight. They were shy, but they've always wanted to take ballet since they were like 10 or like 7, but they never got to do it.
Yeah, that's right. So, okay, Allison, we won't keep you from the classes you have to teach.
Yeah.
So tell us, where can we find you? Where can people sign up for classes?
Oh, you can find us at our Instagram account at Bedroom Ballet on Instagram. You can also find it on Facebook. And you can just send us a DM there because I'm the one handling them on the social media. So if you have any questions, you can message me there.
Yay, okay, great. So please drop these links on the comment section of the Facebook stream so that people know where to find you.
Okay.
Okay, yay. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you so
Allison.
much, Max and Austin.
Thank you. I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I see a lot of excited people in the comments. Like the hearts are just flying right now. So clearly a lot of people are very excited.
And what are they excited for, Max? Can you tell us who our next guest is?
Of course, they're excited for our wonderful guest. So joining us today is the award-winning band formed in 1998, known for their numerous Filipino rock hits such as Jeepney and Di Na Mababawi, as well as numerous iconic performances. And fun fact, they are homegrowns. They're from Ateneo, so this is like a bit of a homecoming. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. Yael from House Yuzon, Mr. Armo Armovit, and Mr. Ted Mark Cruz.
Hey!
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi guys. Hey, just to clarify, I just have to clarify. I just have to go straight for it. In 1998, I was in grade 6. So I know it's not like we were really formed. It was just that I was already writing songs at that age. I was in my classroom in 6 Mabini. So yeah, the band wasn't like a band yet. We were just musicians finding our way. But I started writing songs early. So yun lang, parang in 98, yeah, I was young. So it's not like we're that old. Because it makes it sound like, they've been a band since 1998. Like
since the 20th century.
Yeah. Like since Incubus, like you know what I mean? Like we're not
Smash Mouth. Before before you guys were born.
Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, we were also like, you know, we were wearing shorts. You know what I mean? Like
Yes, you're still the grade school uniform, the shorts. Not yet. You haven't made it to the pants uniform yet.
Wait, grade 4 yung pants eh. Okay. There's an option actually because there was a dengue outbreak back in the day.
Oh.
See, it sounds old. Even a dengue outbreak sounds old back then. But yeah. Well, just to clarify, I just had to go straight for it because listening here from like backstage, when you said 98, I was like, whoa, 98. We got to say something, guys.
You mean
Come
the
on.
previous millennium?
Meaning like a year after Titanic came out. So
okay, let's cut
Classic.
the age reveal there.
Classic.
So how have the three of you been? What have you been up to recently? Doesn't need to be music related yet. Like, what have you been in this past week?
Can I answer for Armo?
Sure.
Armo watched a documentary about people.
Oh,
you're opening with that?
Yeah, I want to start with that.
You're opening with that.
I want to start with that. Let's just mix it up right away. You know what I mean?
Aside from recording new songs, aside from doing recording and writing new songs, we have been like binge watching a lot of Netflix stuff. While they're busy watching Netflix, busy watching Squid Games and K dramas, I have been busying myself with documentaries and true crime, binging myself on true crime. So I've been telling. I don't want to spoil anything, naman. So I've been telling them about that, and I don't know why Yael opened with that, but
it's unusual.
It's the usual thing. Yeah.
What's your favorite documentary so far?
Ooh, go for it.
Ang dami talaga.
The Unsolved Mystery.
Wow, okay.
Is it the Tyrant one?
No.
I watched that one.
That's also good.
Wait,
very informative. Huh?
I like the Night Stalker one. I like the Hotel Cecil one. I like
the Hotel Cecil one. Those are interesting.
Basta may serial killers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Ted Bundy ones, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
yeah. So I just wanted to start with death. Parang wow, you're so gothic. Parang ganun. So no.
I mean, existential crisis naman.
Yeah, we did start an existential crisis. So,
exactly.
Right, this is our way to segue into rebirth, renaissance. Let's
Going
be positive
full circle.
about it. Yeah, let's be positive about this. We're aiming for a renaissance.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll actually be asking you about some of your binges later. But before any of that, as I said, sort of, welcome back to Ateneo. Welcome back to Katipunan in the best way that we can. Yeah, sort of.
Thank you.
And
Good.
we do know that that's where you got your start and through theater. So for the sake of our audience, can you please tell us how your band started? Like, since we're talking superheroes, what's the origin story?
Well, I started writing songs early.
Mm-hmm.
Like really early, like grade 6 early, grade 7 early. So after a while, I had some songs. Some of them were I started early. Some of them were bad. They're not like hindi sila masterpiece level right away. Like some of them were like okay, some of them were average, some of them were like my friends would say, maganda, but really they're not. So anyway, parang Gosh who's not here right now, he's our bassist. Kaklase ko siya no high school. Tapos parang we started hanging out. Tapos tinuruan ko siya mag-guitar and then we started writing songs together like a duo. Tapos back then our manager, nakaklase ni Armo, parang he was in charge of Battle of the Bands for our batch and he wanted me to be part of it. Parang at that point people were all doing covers of Incubus, Limp Bizkit and Korn. Tapos parang he wanted parang someone to represent like the original singer-songwriter type. So tapos so hindi kami nag-audition. Technically dinaya namin yun if you think about it. Kasi hindi kami nag-audition eh. Parang sabi lang basta kasali ka na agad sa finalist ka na agad. Parang
Wow.
Parang pasok ka na. Basta all you have to do. So parang I didn't want to be like a solo artist. That's parang at that point kasi this was in 2002-ish. Parang ayokong maging like a solo artist na nagfa-falsetto, nag-acoustic guitar. Parang I didn't want to be that kind of guy. I wanted in my head kasi I grew up in the 90s eh. Parang in my head, ang musician dapat banda. Parang that was always like a thing. Parang I didn't want to be like an acoustic guitar falsetto guy. So anyway, parang sorry, that might be offensive for some people, but it is the truth. I didn't want to be that guy. So sabi ng manager namin back then, basta parang look for a bunch of dudes who can play some instruments. Tapos nung time na yun, natututo pa lang si Gosh mag-bass. Tapos parang sabi ko, Gosh, ikaw na lang yung bassist. Kasi walang may gusto mag-bass din eh. Kasi parang parang when you're a kid, parang bass is like so 4 strings and then it makes dum 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 sounds. So parang tapos tinuro ko lang yung chords, basic. Basta press mo to. Yeah. So tapos yun, eventually we won Battle of the Bands. Tapos naging member namin si Armo siguro the summer after. This was the summer 4th year high school, 1st year college, that gap where you do nothing but you're an adult na. So you can do everything. Parang gano'n. Parang it's that weird feeling na parang, yeah, summer. So, naging member namin si Armo nung time na yun. Meanwhile, all of this is happening. Ted Mark is part of a legendary band called The Happy Meals. Sila yung mga veterans sa scene. And Ted Mark was in Indiana nung nangyayari to. Indiana as in Indianapolis. Tama, di ba?
The States.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indiana Cubao.
Yeah, hindi Indiana Cubao. Yeah, he was in Indiana. So, pero he was like a legend. He was part of the band scene sa Ateneo because there's like I'm pretty sure, and I'm not sure kung ganun pa rin to this day, pero there was an Ateneo band scene that was really strong, and people would may mga dumadayo from other schools to watch mga Ateneo events. So ganun kalakas yung music scene sa Ateneo back in the day. Hindi ko alam ngayon kasi I'm old na kasi
up until I was in high school, actually, Battle of the Bands was still very much alive, and yeah, a lot of like the bands we knew who were our age were from Ateneo High School, so it really kept going.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Good.
To hear. Yeah.
That's good to hear. Well, that's what happened. Eventually, parang Battle of the Bands eh. Tapos the school was very supportive eh. Like when they found out na there was a band na nasa campus, like even teachers would like get us to perform para sa mga events, and then like the student body would also get us. So parang it became like a thing. Tapos parang Ateneo really does that eh. Parang they have this thing na parang we support the arts. And again, so yeah, the theater. So parang we were also, sorry, how it all ties in, parang I forgot to mention the theater part. We were also part of a theater org, Teatro Bagong Tao, which is like the theater org that's not Sibol, basically. So, kasi parang Sibol is like the flagship. Parang we're like,
that is true.
Parang we're like, parang if there's the San Antonio Spurs, there's like the Austin's, parang you make me team, G League, parang
radical subversive teams.
Yeah. Tsaka may mga play kami na parang, di ba, parang yung mga play namin, hindi sila normally like religious plays. Parang they were a bit more secular, I guess.
Macbeth pero Tagalog. That's how I actually got to know them, actually, because si Datu, my classmate and friend, were in theater with Gosh and Yael, and they were doing this production of Macbeth, but in Filipino. So parang maganda yung setting eh. It was set na parang NPA rebels sila, and they were like, bid for power. Maganda yung
So it's an adaptation, not like language translated.
It's a Rolando Tino.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
So what role did you guys play?
I was
Satan. TL si Satan.
Do you know what's funny? I was supposed to play Macbeth, but I backed out. So my best friend had to play Macbeth. Tapos parang he was like, parang, ang usapan he was gonna be lead dun sa first play and I was gonna be lead sa second play. And it was like, I kind of dropped the ball there. So yeah, nag-suffer ng konti yung academics niya. Let's not remember this.
Oh man. Macbeth.
Yeah, he had to memorize all of that. That's parang
Filipino,
Yeah, in Filipino. I had like 4 lines. That's parang, I played Satan. I had 4 lines. That's parang, yeah. But yeah, I forgot about that. Man.
I was like, good times.
It's a topic of theater, actually. I'm super curious. But like now, we have those like, I'm sure you had this back then, but we had these like traditions and superstitions per auditorium. Like if you're Rizal Mini Theater, you have to leave Oreos behind the stage. Otherwise, something's going to happen to a light. Or like you have to like keep this one cabinet closed and under any circumstances, don't open it. What were those superstitions of your time? Or were they the same?
Or wala.
Meron ba? Hindi, parang ano lang. You know what's funny? Kasi we're not Sibol, diba? Our theater is in like the back area.
Okay.
Even our theater is in like the Henry Lee Irwin Theater. So we were kumbaga, dun kami sa indie. Alam mo yun? Tapos parang, we had this scientific superstition, which back then was, don't leave stuff here. Someone might steal it. Tapos this one time, parang nahuli nung best friend ko who played Macbeth, na someone was trying to steal his pants. Hindi niya suot I mean, nakahang yung pants, tapos may guy na nakita niya na parang may alambre, tapos parang ginaganon niya yung pants hanggang, tapos biglang, tapos tumakbo siya, na-startle yung guy. So parang tumakbo na sa back part of Ateneo. So this is true story. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Bigyan mamemo ko ng Ateneo, mga ano pinagsasabi-sabi mo dyan, Tapos parang, well, it is true. It happened. It was a guy. He was startled.
Bakit naka-walkie-talkie yung Ateneo?
Kasi pag nagme-memo yung guard, di ba? Parang, sir, meron pong kotse dito nakastall sa may Father Masterson Drive, sir. Opo. So, ba't siya naka-walkie-talkie, no? Hindi pa malinaw na klase, medyo muffled. But yeah, it wasn't really like a ritual. It was really just, people would, kasi backside na siya ng Ateneo So sometimes I guess people would kind of, climb. Is this offensive at all?
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
There's so much to unpack. Like
diba?
The person.
Lialabas ko na yung woke sign ko This is my woke sign Parang if anyone woke is offended by this is like my way of saying, yo, I'm woke with you.
I'm woke with you.
I'm woke with you.
Us too, why not?
We are too. It starts with a W also, right? So it's appropriate.
Or West Side.
West Side. West Side yan, no?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But back to you guys as a band and like bonding over like all your time in the theater. When did you guys think of the name for your band? Spongecola. It's not a very like normal, or it's not a very traditional name, I'd say.
Kaya nga parang it lacks that angas that you would normally have for a band name. Diba? It's the thing. Parang some people would be like, what do you want to name our band? Skulls and Dragons. Parang okay, diba? O kaya mga something maangas. Tapos parang, kasi what happened was we already had a name na Sponge. Tapos when we won Battle of the Bands, we were thinking, sayang yung momentum if we change it, biglang parang magulo pa. So we just added one word.
Confuse the fans.
All 50 of them. Parang ganun at that point. So parang we were in a UP hangout place. Wow. So parang it's still Katipunan but like just down the road. Parang in a UP hangout place.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos parang we were having dinner with my kuya and a teacher from Ateneo, si Ryan Villena, who was at that point a musician also. Ngayon naman. But anyway, parang we were like thinking Sponge Dog, Sponge Cat. Yun yung una first two, Sponge Dog or Sponge Cat. And then we went with Cola kasi parang it makes sense because we're not hardcore unless we live hardcore. But sorry, that's
not
hardcore. That's from School of Rock. Parang,
Yes.
yeah, parang cola just makes sense kasi parang you can mix it. It has but it's not super.
It has a nice fizz to it, no?
Yeah. That's parang it's like everyday, mundane.
Sponge itself parang came from this book, Mr. Sponge's Sporting Tour.
Yeah.
By R.S. Surtees?
Yeah, Surtees.
Like
Surtees.
19th century English novel about fox hunting.
Yeah. Because it was just there in my room. Super random.
That book. Yeah, it's just there. Parang it's just one of those things that you pick up a random object, tapos parang, ito na, sponge. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how the story went.
I actually thought that maybe it came from watching maybe a TV show on Nickelodeon.
You would think, no? Pero
you'd think, no?
Actually.
Mas obscure pa yung source.
Yeah.
But I think that's also how the Grateful Dead came up with their name. They saw it on a dictionary.
Nice.
Yeah. So you have the same origin story.
Yeah, may Providence. May
What I think what works with the name na Spongecola is now when we're like playing out of town and there are like mga drunk titos who are there sa audience. Drunk titos always say para, "Oy, andito na si SpongeBob." So at least we give them room for that tito joke. But this is not just drunk titos. This can also be sober tito. This can also be cool tita. So I'm not sexist in any way. So it can be tito or tita. It can be drunk or sober. It can be just, tita playing mahjong. Si SpongeBob Cola nandito. Tapos, Sponge Cola lang. Ay, sorry. So it's like, it's a conversation starter. It's.
Well, speaking of titos, I think now is the proper time to bring up our titos. Armo knows who I'm talking about. So about a month ago, we indirectly met you guys through the comment section of our Itchy Worm stream. So James, please, let's play the video back so everyone can see what went down. Now, I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Spongecola saying hi to the Itchy Worm. So hello, Spongecola.
Tara na, let's go. Kel, anong message mo sa Spongecola, Kel?
Ikaw, anong message mo kasi? Nakita ko parang enjoy kayo ni Yael nung isang beses. Nakita ko sa...
We're good friends. How about you?
Galit na ako sa inyong dalawa. Dati siya lang yung ayoko eh. Ngayon pati ikaw ayoko na rin.
So ayaw mo na rin akong ka-dressing room?
Hindi, wala akong choice. Kabanda kita eh. Wala akong choice.
We should get you guys and Spongecola on air para you guys can hash it out.
Will this be a Spongecola versus Itchy Worms thing?
Actually, pag ginawa niya yan, hindi mag-walk out ako. Hindi ko kaya.
Kasi they've been claiming that they're the Pogi Rock band of the Philippines, but they're not the originals. We're the originals.
Yeah.
That's why you should have a show off on New
Wave.
Parang
disrespect eh. Parang disrespectful. Parang yan yung feeling namin parang kami yung totoong original na Pogi Rock. Tapos parang yun yung feeling parang yung buhay pa yung magulang tapos yung anak nagbibilang na ng mamanahin niya. Bastos eh, di ba? Antay mo ng fully na na yung parents na let's say mawala na sila bago kayo mag-claim ng throne. Kung yung hari nandun yung hari, good for one lang yung throne. Hindi pwedeng makikiupo ka, di ba?
Ay, God. First time ko marinig yun. Yung
ganda ng analogy, no?
Ang ganda nung naghihintay ng mana tapos nag-aaway-away na. Oh, wow.
As the video was playing, the three of you were like a play of your own because like first you were like laughing and then I saw distress and then I saw laughing again and then I saw...
Ang galing ni Kelvin. Oh my God. Hindi ko maiisip yun. Ang ganda. No, because it happens in family. Sadly, it happens. It's parang to use that as genius, man.
Well, what do you guys have to say?
Well, first of all, okay.
Speechless.
Actually, about the Pogi Rock throne. Yung usapang Pogi Rock. Hindi kasi nakakatawa kasi I also actually had a talk. Yung sinasabi kasi ni Kelvin, kaya siya galit kay Jugs kasi we were in the Showtime quarantine in Clark. Nung nag-ECQ, Jugs, sumama ako sa wife ko, who's here right now, like right next to me. That's her foot. sumama ako dun kasi she was gonna be there for a month sa Clark. So sumama na lang ako. Kasi at least sa Clark, yung ECQ nila, GCQ, so gentle CQ lang. I don't know. I don't know the terms anymore. It's confusing. Diba? Parang, it is confusing. Come on, we all know it's confusing.
Yes.
No one's gonna be offended by that. Anyway, no one's gonna be offended by that. But so parang, so kasama ko si Jugs. So parang for first day, nag-post si Jugs ng picture na parang hanging out with Yael, ganyan. Tapos, parang screenshot ni Kelvin yun. Tapos ginawa niya yung caption parang, the thing with betrayal is that it happens, parang it's done by people, by parang only your friends. Yung that whole quote, that usual thing with betrayal. So talagang tawang-tawa na rin ako. Tapos ang dami talaga nagfa-follow nung away namin ng Itchy Worms eh. And like I got a phone call once at 1 a.m. asking kung sino yung Kelvin na yun. Parang upa ka na ba natin yan? So parang dude, it's a joke. I mean, it's all fun and games. Okay. Yes. Sorry kasi lumabas pa siya sa bar para tawagan ako eh sa kotse para checkin kung sino yung nanggagago sa akin online. So parang sorry, language nanggagago. Is that accepted? I'm not sure. We don't have rules really. So, but yeah, that was a woke sign. Pero yun, about that, we had, because we were in Clark, nagkaroon kami ng Pogi Rock Talk ni Jugs. Tapos parang, I was just telling him na, you know what, when we were starting, we were just like an MP3 being shared over like LimeWire. So that didn't come with a picture or a video or anything. No one knew what we looked like. We just had the song. Parang at back then, it was like Partisan, Jeepney, Crazy for You, and some other song. And they were all like live, like snippets pa, parang ganun. And a demo, parang ganun. So, parang wala namang picture na kasama eh. So parang I don't think we're, in the strictest sense of Pogi Rock, I don't think we fit the bill kasi people were downloading us without a picture.
Also, if you see what we looked like back then and the stuff that we wore, you would second guess the term, to be honest.
Yeah, everything we wore ill-fitting clothes. Ill-fitting is a nice term for
but
clothes.
I hear baggy pants are back in, so I'm glad about that.
But yun yung thing those weren't even baggy. No, but we weren't really baggy. Those pants were not baggy. They were just in the middle of baggy and skinny. Parang awkward length. Parang hindi finold, hindi kinap.
Size shirts. All good.
And like chokers, we wore chokers.
Parang, tas yung mga buhok namin, parang, what were you thinking, man?
Yeah. Puka shells.
Puka shells?
Yeah, parang parang, hey, you just came from Bora.
That's very 2000s.
Yeah, there, yeah. But parang, and to, description pa sa akin ng friend ko back then, I looked Egyptian daw. Kasi what do you mean? Mukha kang pyramid kasi sa sobrang payat mo yung mukha mo parang gano'n. Mukha daw akong pyramid. So, from top view, get ko naman.
Oh my goodness.
Did you guys have highlights also?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Tapos ako pa naglalagay on my own kasi parang it's like, you know.
Completing the look.
Yeah, student life. So I did the highlights thing. I did like, I had red hair after watching Daredevil.
Before na parang every month, iba yung kulay ng buhok niya. He'd go through pink, red, blue.
Yeah.
But
purple.
it's like a mood changer.
Yeah.
Depending on the mood, the color changes.
Yeah, it's like a mood ring.
That's a college thing. Even
Because I've done it all like all the colors except purple. Purple was the one color I skipped. Pero parang everything, I did blue. When I did blue, I kind of looked like Mr. Bogus. Tapos when I did pink, of course, I looked like pink, pero like an ugly version. So parang it was really like, at a certain point, like my brother would wake up next to me, tapos he'd look at me na parang, what are you doing? Parang it's just like, it's like variations of ugly. Parang, so,
oh my goodness. Well, you know, brothers banter. And that's actually the type of banter we see between you guys and the Itchy Worms. Like, of course, it's all love and admiration between everyone. For those in the audience.
Yeah. Pero minsan nakakasakit na eh. Alam mo yun? Wala namang ginagawa. Pero I mean, it's just hateful, you know? It's just promoting hate.
Tapos, I always eat pa naman sa restaurant ni Kelvin.
The Italian one?
Yeah, it's really good stuff.
It's good.
Tapos parang, may feeling tuloy ako na parang, man, maybe I shouldn't eat here. Or baka take out na lang next time. I don't know.
You heard it first.
Well, woke signs up, nothing but love here. Okay, just making sure that that's clear. Now, earlier, I saw a lot of fans also talking about your new single, Alamat. And like, that is a very clear sign that the pandemic hasn't slowed you guys down or stopped you from producing new material. So, Alamat is the official theme song for Mobile Legends Philippines. Am I right for their anniversary?
Yes.
So how is getting this song together like? And how did video games play a role in that, since I know that you guys also enjoy playing video games?
Well, It started with the whole video game playing.
Mm-hmm.
It started because parang we did this Mobile Legends event 3 years ago, which really feels like a year ago because it's like 2 years lumped together. Anyway, na parang we were gonna play. It's super noob. Kasi wala kaming idea. We didn't know what we were doing. Tapos parang we were gonna play with pros. Tapos parang we also performed. Tapos it started that day. Nung una pa parang, guys, you're gonna play a game for the first time and people are gonna watch and you're probably gonna suck because that's the selling point. Tapos, yun. Tapos parang, I downloaded it. I was reluctant pa at first. Tapos parang our bassist Gosh was like, i-delete ko to after playing. Ganyan. After playing kasi parang di ko naman trip to eh. And diba sa game na yun?
2 years later.
Biglang, 1 week later, nung sinabi niya i-delete niya yung game, nakikita ko na parang, ba't laging online to? Tapos pataas yung rank. Tapos ako rin naman, laro na ako ng laro. Tapos I couldn't stop. Tapos 2 years later, like Mythic Glory na ako. Tapos si Gosh Mythic na. Tapos parang, super into it, and then we're doing the theme song na for the video game. Tapos kasi before, when pre-pandemic, we had a lot of free time waiting in between shows, like arrive at the venue, tapos perform in 2 hours. Tapos laging i-check pa ng road manager namin, guys, malakas signal, pwede kayo maglaro. Malakas signal sa backstage. So, tapos pagka yung mga organizers parang, sorry po sir, late po yung event, pasensya na po. Okay lang. Parang 2 games pa yan. So, may 1 hour late, 2 games yun. Okay. So, walang problema. Tapos, may mga gigs pa kami before na bad trip kami on stage kasi natalo kami. Kaming 5. Talo kami. Like, right before umakyat sa stage. So, parang dala namin yung bad trip yun. So, nagka-rule na no playing 30 minutes before.
Yes.
Don't wanna be emotional about that.
But after, kasi we play it and our crew plays it. So, as a team, it became like a team building experience. After every gig, may stop over kami and then we'd play like 1 game, ganyan, may midnight snack kami and we'd like, play a custom game na everybody's involved, na shuffled yung team. So it became like a bonding experience for everyone also. That was very fun.
Sa ano yun sa Total gas station sa may Laguna.
Up and down the NLEX, SLEX stretch.
Yep.
Lahat ng mga gasolina doon pinigilan na.
Yeah. Heads up lang, mahina yung signal sa Pancake House sa SLEX.
May mga ganun pa na parang, saan stop over natin? Dito na ba yung next? Wag dyan, mahina signal. Pero malakas doon, may isa parang may katabing yellow cab, doon malakas yung signal. Pero yung Pancake House, mahina. Masarap yung food and may signal. Yun yung, that's the Goldilocks.
Yun. Sweet spot. The sweet spot. Yeah, so that's how it happened. Parang we became super fans of the game. And then, like, when Mobile Legends came calling, it was like this. It was a Zoom meeting. Tapos parang, we need a theme song. Tapos ako pa lang, alam mo yung feeling na from a creative standpoint, I was like, please end this meeting because I wanna go to the guitar now. I mean, ganun ako eh. Parang, yung parang, oh my God, parang, tapos I was really like, sa meeting, tapos,
inspiration mode.
Yeah, tapos, when, it ended at 2:30 p.m., hindi AM, 2:30 p.m. These are not weird meetings. 2:30 p.m. and then like I walked straight to the recording studio and started recording. In my case, that's like 5 steps. That's right there. It's the computer. So I started recording. Tapos the demo, parang na-stop lang ako ng sandali. Kasi the first chorus was like a weird reggae thing. So parang I was like, this is not working. So I played 2 games. Tapos parang iniisip ko na parang ano ba maganda for this game parang iniisip ko para bagay eh. So parang, okay, tapos I finished the song. So in like, by 5 p.m., nakasubmit na ako ng demo after that meeting at 2:30. Wow. Imagine parang, kaya parang syempre kung may ka-meeting ka na parang, oy, they must really like this stuff. Kasi at 2:30, diba? Meeting ended at 2:30, 5 p.m. got the demo. Kasi, like, when inspiration hits, it's lightning quick na lahat yan eh. Everything just becomes like, parang everything just becomes super easy. Things fall into place.
Yeah.
And it helps that you actually play the game. You know what it's like being like up and down that.
Yeah.
You understand it like at a different level because like when you play the game, you get so immersed in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to match the adrenaline that the game gives you. Parang musically. Parang I didn't want it to be like a soft kind of like parang a wispy song. I wanted it to be like parang
especially with MOBAs.
Like something you'd actually like want to hear. Yeah.
Something that'll get you hyped up to play the game.
Exactly.
So, of course, with these games also comes the unity or war that come with playing these video games. And of course, the feelings of victory and living like you're the legend. So, apart from the Mobile Legends theme, what else can this song be connected to? And for this question, I want to start with Ted. I pass the mic to you.
Okay. You surprised me.
You surprised him.
Graded recitation, no? Tapos ikaw yung tinawag.
Parang ganito yung pol sci class ko dati. Tapos wala kang alam, nakakahiya.
I think...
The one where they score you pa on the 1/4.
Yes, parang...
Size 4.
He's playing a game,
Teka. Nagulat ako dun. Wait. If you have answers, feel free to answer away.
Don't worry, you're not graded for this.
Well, ano ba? It applies to a lot of things. Especially when you're the competitive type. If I might, but like Yael is very competitive when it comes to sports. How?
No problem.
Okay, I passed the mic. I'm sorry.
Pass the mic. Okay.
Well,
pick it up.
The song is really about teamwork. Kasi parang end of the day, in a lot of things, parang one person who's good. That can take you places. You can win with one great player. Pero if parang hindi long term yung you're gonna rely on one guy.
Mm-hmm.
So parang it's all about teamwork. Parang, and I'm not saying, I just want to clarify. Kasi kunyari to, just to clarify, I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan. And we play the right way. But we've won 5 titles in 22 years, which is a lot. Pero LeBron James also won like 4 doing it his way. Parang, and Kobe won, yung ina-assume nila na diba, may mga tao na perception, buwakaw si Kobe, ganyan. Pero he also won doing that buwakaw style. Kasi it also works. Parang maraming iba-ibang style. So just, all I'm saying is that I just feel that teamwork is the most sustainable way of parang offsetting. You can offset intense talent from one person with teamwork of 5 people working together. So in anything in life, whether you're like a doctor, a lawyer, anything, parang when you work in a fully functioning like team setup, mas madali yung mga things kasi you don't have to parang hindi mo kailangan ng sobrang tinding buhat performance from one guy kasi it can be like a shared thing. So yun, parang in life, there's so many things na kasi yun naman yun ang basketball naman tsaka ang Mobile Legends, lahat naman yan parang life na nakasimulate. Parang may struggle, may obstacle, may teamwork.
Hindi mo rin kayang buhatin mag-isa. Kasi I think often may mga people na gano'n parang ako na lang gagawa, ako na lang. Parang if you're not gonna help me, I'll do it myself. Pero I think we work best as working together. So,
yes.
Kasi nakaka-burn out yan. You're that's a one-way road to like burning out and so and that's unhealthy and very dangerous also. So it's a lesson in like learning to depend and rely on your teammates, trusting your teammates. And I think what Ted was trying to say earlier is that the competition doesn't have to be in a game. It has to, we face these battles every day, so it doesn't have to be like in a MOBA or in a video game. Any kind of battle, any kind of adversity, any kind of conflict that we're facing, it's you need something to push you forward. If whenever you're feeling like you can't do it, feeling mo hirap, masyadong malakas yung kalaban, alam mo, kailangan mo ng konting tulak. And a little help from your friends.
Yeah, I really like that. And I really like how you guys really describe like how teamwork is. And it's really like trusting and knowing that your teammates are just as capable to like help you out as you are to help them out.
For sure.
So,
Team accountability. That's a good
Basically, parang hindi kasi magandang may backseat driver teammate eh. Alam mo yun, yung parang kanan ka dyan. Tapos parang, I've been driving for 10 years, Dad.
Yeah.
Parang
yun din yung pinapractice namin as a band. Not just like playing music together, but it's actually for me, yun yung meta game ng like being in a band. It's like knowing and learning how to work with like other people in a creative platform.
Mm-hmm.
My wife is here being super animated. Tapos I think she wants to join and say something. I don't know what you're talking about.
She can come over and say hi.
Yeah. You can come over though and say hi.
I'm not ready. I don't have a bra.
You can't just say that. I covered the laptop's ears. That's not how it works. But she's wearing the startup shirt from episode 7. wow, I'm a fan. So, yeah, yung suot ni Good Boy na
Okay,
pink
okay
shirt.
ni audio cameo. No?
Oo nga audio cameo na lang, sorry. She was saying something pero hindi ko naririnig kasi naka-earphones ako. Pero animated siya.
She said, backseat driving. I can drive that.
Ayun.
I said, naku, patay! Traffic!
Okay. She was copying my dad. Kasi this one time we were on our way to Tagaytay. Tapos like my dad's like, ano to traffic? Ikot mo na. Masastuck tayo dito habang buhay. Finilter ko yung words May mga cuss words in between yun. Tapos ako parang, wow, traffic lang to. Ako pa naman sobrang fascinated kasi dumaan kami sa side ng airport. Tapos parang, uy, nandun tayo ka-level natin yung mga planes, Parang ako nag-field trip pero my dad doesn't like that kasi he likes to get to the destination Hindi siya masyado journey guy So parang wow, tapos
you're one or the other.
Yeah, so parang nakakatawa kasi that was my wife's first experience na yung backseat driving ng dad ko. Kasi he's from a generation of macho men na hindi kayang hindi magsalita pag may nagda-drive. Parang ganyan. Kaya
Wait, what's that?
Diba? Oh, yun, yeah. Galit sa Waze yun. Galit sa Waze, galit sa Google Maps.
No Waze, no Google Maps. Ancient instinct will guide.
Yep, yeah. But yeah, tsaka memorize na yung mga maps
Pero dun sila magaling kasi memorize talaga nila. They really know the way. So it says something else. There's value in that.
But as in, even in other countries, he would travel. Tapos sabihin, like, mag-drive ako sa States, sabihin niya parang, nag-I-5 ka ba? Tapos nag-kumanan sa exit ka sa I-15. Tapos parang, naka-Waze ako So nakatingin lang ako sa phone ko. Tapos sabi lang niya, turn right. Tapos parang, hindi ko na memorize na yun pag dinaanan ko na. Pero nakita ko yung mga, but he's one of those, he's like Jedi level. But, also Jedi level sa backseat driving lang. Parang it's like someone is constantly tapping you.
It's the force, it's not a tap. Big brain,
It's the force.
Right. Okay, so hello to Miss Karil if you're still there.
She's
now
still
we're going to talk about startup now. So we know that earlier this year you did release a song which sounded very nostalgic and which you described as a tribute to the K-drama called Startup. Now, please, without spoilers yet, because I have not yet gotten to Startup.
It's been a year.
Don't judge me, please. I have.
Okay lang. You know what? The ending doesn't change naman It's not like it's a different story if you watch it a year later. Yeah.
Okay, so back to the song. Can you tell us a little more about it? Like, is this one of those moments where you watched the show and then said, like, okay, this is a story I have to tell through a song? Was it one of that?
Yeah. Kasi, ewan ko it was really just my second K-drama. So while watching it, parang feeling ko parang sobrang relatable kasi ng idea na sinet nila yung story. It's essentially Cyrano de Bergerac in a startup environment. So ang relatable nun for me because I have a lot of friends who are in this kind of like work environment and I hear their stories because I'm the kind of guy that people like to call to tell stories. I'm clearly a machika person. Anyway, so parang it felt so relatable. Tapos yung portrayal lang parang unbelievable. Parang there would be times na I'd forget I'm watching a show. I mean, parang yun for me ang magic of also because when I get into it, I get into things. But parang I was watching it, parang nakakalimutan ko na it's like they shot this. This isn't like real life, Umabot sa ganung point. Tapos parang you just really empathize with the characters. Parang you feel like you know someone who's like that, someone who's like this, and so everything was just so relatable. That's by the time that the drama really kind of like switched, like yung nag-rev up na nag-intensify, parang wow. Parang it, and they, of course, sa mga K-drama, they like ending an episode with like a cliffhanger. It's parang by episode 9, I was really like, tapos I did the whole, parang yung alamat, yung right after 5 steps to the guitar and I started writing it na. Tapos parang everything also just, I still have the demo of the song. It's actually pretty close to the final version. Kasi wala, parang it's just really so moving. Tsaka hindi ko alam if the pandemic helped in a sense na because not a lot of things are happening. Parang kapag may napapanood ka na you like, parang na-amplify yung pagkagusto mo. Kasi, parang if you're watching an episode of something you like, tomorrow, you'll have nothing to watch. So parang you can really dwell. Kasi it's not like, ano gagawin mo bukas? Nasa bahay ako. Bukas, nasa bahay ako. The next day, nasa bahay ako. So it's like, it's not gonna change. So parang, talagang ma-attach ka sa characters kasi I'm not doing much. So, I don't know if that amplified everything, pero I really got super into it to the point na, like, again, we have shirts, we have merch. I still have the ID Tapos I still watch. Now I'm watching Hometown Cha Cha Cha, which is like his new show after Startup. Tapos he's part of
I've been hearing about that also.
He's
I think
also
it's
part
number
of.
one right now.
He has a show na wala ng subtitles, but I still watch. I don't really understand what's happening, but I like it. Kasi it's on YouTube in 2 days, 1 night. Tapos parang funny stuff. I mean, maintindihan mo naman siguro out of like context. Tapos parang, but there's no subtitles, but I'm still enjoying watching it. So parang, I just got super into it. And when you're into it, it's easy to write songs kasi everything just falls into place. So similar. Parang similar yung Mobile Legends tsaka yung Startup in like bringing forth these songs.
Good stories.
Yeah, good stories. And I guess part of what you were saying, like since now we're all just at home and then like we're stuck with our own thoughts. So when you like watch something like a show or a movie, you get super invested and all of a sudden you have this other character's thoughts in you and you're kind of like, what can I do with this? Which I think is pretty cool. So
fighting.
So like the concept and story of this video was one that was unique because you got your friends involved in it as well. So
yes.
That being said, when you write, do you have like these certain goals, stories, or ways of telling the stories that you keep in mind? Like for example, in this case, so like you wrote the song, and then you were like, okay, this video, I want these friends to be part of it. I want this to happen. Does that all happen at the same time, or like is it a step-by-step thing?
Sometimes it does. It really depends. Parang there are times naman kasi na when I have friends kasi parang ang tendency mo is parang I want to work with my friends kasi if kung may option naman to work with strangers or work with friends, of course you're gonna pick your friends. Yeah. So parang si Aga kasi from the video of Siguro Nga, I've been playing basketball with him for like I don't know how many years na. Parang recently like Facebook just reminded me na we have pictures from 2016. Alam mo, so parang kung may picture kami ng 2016, ang tagal ko na pala siyang kilala. So yun, parang I play basketball with him and it's like yung basketball kasi where I play mostly Ateneo peeps tapos it's a family thing, like it's been there since 1994. So matagal na yung basketball na yun. Yung parang meron na siyang tradition ganyan. So parang what happened was it really just kind of fell into place. I wanted to work with him because I worked with him para sa anniversary gift niya for his girlfriend. Parang he wanted me to do like a challenge of some kind, the YouTuber stuff. And I'm like, what if you just write a song? Tapos parang, okay. Tapos parang I encouraged him na parang, paano yun? Sulat ako ng kanta. Tapos ang alam ko lang, 4 na chords eh. Tapos sabi ko, okay na yun. 4, marami na yun. Kahit nga 2 kaya na eh. Kahit nga 1 kaya eh. So parang I wanted it, kasi ano rin eh, parang sinabi ko lang sa kanya, kailangan mo lang siya gawin. Ang songwriting, ganun eh. You just have to actually sit down and do it because you can. Yeah. Anyone can. A lot of people will still say, I'm not the writing type eh. No, you're just not doing it. Do it, try it, see what happens. Kasi, ano rin yan eh, everyone, in songwriting, I think everyone has I'm not sure kung tama yung term, pero a fighter's chance, a boxer's chance, what do you call that? Fighting chance. Yeah, yung sa boxing, there's this idiom eh, about I'm being an idiom.
You miss 100% of the punches you don't throw.
There's a puncher's chance na as long as you're hitting, kahit kalaban mo boksingero na malupit, kung maangguluhan mo siya ng tama tapos pasugod siya sa'yo, pwede mo masapak yun tapos knockout eh.
But you still gotta get into the ring, right?
Yeah, all you have to do is actually be there to fight. I mean, you won't win against Manny Pacquiao probably. But paano kung maswerte at machambahan mo siya, di ba? I'm just saying. So, with songwriting, parang throw a punch. So, write a song with the 4 chords you know and let's see where it goes. Tapos parang just be sincere, be honest. Basically, just give a melody to those thoughts. Tapos play those chords on top of them. So just think of an image parang, it's like parang bread tapos may beef tapos lagyan mo ng cheese tapos tingnan natin kung mag-work yung cheeseburger mo. And it worked. So nakatrabaho ko siya during the pandemic for that. And then I was like, parang it makes sense na siya yung nasa video ng Siguro Nga. Silang dalawa ng siya tsaka yung girlfriend niya. Parang we needed a couple. It's also easier to work with a couple because they have less hang-ups. Tsaka they're already hanging out during the pandemic, so hindi na parang sa swab test, parang not endangering them kasi they're gonna be face to face anyway, you know what I mean? So it just made sense. Tapos it's easier to act kasi they're not gonna be uncomfortable with like parang the physicality of like relationship stuff, parang ganyan. So it would be easier. So yeah, we shot it. It makes sense. Tapos parang, and they also like the show. Pero siya, ayoko mag-spoil ng show eh. Pero adamant siya with Team Good Boy. Kasi mapapapili ka ng two teams din sa show na yan eh. But sobrang Team Good Boy siya eh. Tapos parang ako Team Good Boy but may asterisk ako na parang maybe it can be for someone else. Anyway, sorry. Pero yun, it all worked out eh. Parang that's, and sometimes may mga ganun na projects na you have a song and the video kind of parang manifests itself as you're recording kahit as early as that. Pero yun eh, parang it's not always the case.
But I really like that how you just kind of let it flow, or it just kind of flows naturally with, you don't try to force anything or try to play anything up. Like it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And I really like that. So it is really clear with your stories about like with how you guys made the Mobile Legends game and even your story now about the K-drama of startup, that you guys really do value authenticity when writing your songs, and you really just want to keep it the way it is and how it should be. And so for this particular song, like aside from watching the K-drama, was there other things you did to really get into the mood of the character or to really get into the headspace?
Ay, for siguro nga, was there anything? Well, I didn't really need to amplify anything. What they did to me was our producer Joey told me parang nung recording, normally kasi ang recording process, yung layer by layer yan. Someone will record drums first and then guitar and then ang inuna niya guitar, tapos ako yung pinag-guitar niya. Ngayon, from a guitar playing standpoint, I'm not as good as Armo, because Armo, it's like parang if you need guitar work, go to him. If you need me to sing, I'll sing. That's parang yun yung mga forte namin, parang gano'n. So, pero ang ginawa niya, kailangan ako yung mag-guitar for this song. Kasi kailangan natin ma-feel yung emotions na yun eh. Hindi naman sa walang emotion si Armo mag-guitar. That's totally the opposite of his style of playing. Sorry, no offense. I mean, you know what I mean. I like her playing.
I was there.
Yeah. So parang ginawa niya. Tapos parang they were there in the room. So parang parang meron akong weird feeling lagi na ganyan. Parang stop watching me. I mean, parang I guess it's like the equivalent of peeing and someone's watching you from behind. Parang, dude, what are you doing? Stay away.
If you don't mind me being too technical about it, no? Pero may iba kasi yung feel eh. Pag siya yung if you wrote it, iba yung feel nun eh. Versus like asking me to play this rhythm, play these changes, again, these chords, again. Iba pag yung writer yung nagsulat eh. And yung he's like really singing it in his head and he's like playing the rhythm. It comes through eh. And that's what we want. I mean, with all the songs that we do, we want that genuine, sincere feeling eh, more than like being pristine or perfect. We want it to be real.
Ang nangyari, parang the atmosphere was created from an acoustic guitar and vocals parang ganung performance. Parang siyang singer-songwriter performance. And then nag-build around ng world na may drums, na may electric guitar. Parang ganun yung structure niya. Para siyang, if there's a visual, it looks like Saturn.
So, pwede ko i-share yung side of that story.
This is probably bad, but let's go. I know where you're going, but okay.
Disclaimer, but okay.
Kasi when he first, nung pinarinig niya sa amin yung song.
Okay, alam ko na.
I didn't know that it was based on a K-drama. I didn't know that it was based on the show. Parang I was just like listening to the lyrics. It was like, and the melody, which is a very good melody. And I was like, wow, grabe tong lyrics mo. These are really heartfelt and very, real and personal. Parang, wow. I was very, very impressed. There's a level of sincerity niya.
Yeah.
When I found out of the show, dun pala yun.
Armo actually asked, parang sabi niya, hindi ba to parang overshare?
May ganun pa. Hindi ba? Parang it feels so naked and revealing kasi. Parang ganun yung feeling. Alam mo yun, parang nagbabasa ka ng diary ng friend mo. Parang ganun. So parang, okay naman siya. Share mo tong mga, show.
And I think the reason why is because I think it's just really relatable. Like everyone who is at a certain age, everyone is gonna have like a totga, which is the one that, parang so.
That's where it went.
And since we've known each other for a long time, siguro may assumption si Armo na it's about someone. Parang it's from someone from before. So parang kaya may, so parang he thought that hindi ba okay lang ba to? Parang no, I'm good, I'm okay. But it's just it's really gonna,
Parang
you know,
isip ko, parang, ang tagal na to. Parang digging deep there. Parang may ganun.
Parang, but no, it's from a show. I guess that's why it makes sense that the show was also.
So, ganun naman yung mga things. It doesn't have to be like autobiographical, pero it's relatable.
Okay. Yeah, because of course, when you relate to something and when you really feel it, the authenticity just comes out naturally. And like, I think I really saw that through that song.
Tsaka, kasi yung authenticity rin. Kasi kunyari si Armo, when I'm writing a song, tapos I'm not that confident with the song yet, Armo will tell me, okay na yan, first thought, best thought. Kasi minsan parang, hindi naman, given na hindi naman like hindi man gibberish yung sinulat ko. Pero parang pag meron siyang ganun din na parang, keep it ano na lang, yan yung lumabas na words
kasi maruruin pa pag masyado mong in-overanalyze minsan Parang mapapansin mo parang, wala na yung magic. Kasi even when we're taking live, kana recording, minsan may mga takes ka na hindi perfect, pero nandun yung energy So I guess your like experience sa talagang doing the same thing over and over again, mapapansin mo parang, it might be perfect, pero parang hindi. That's not it. Hindi masyadong malinis or it's that walang feeling.
I get it. Yeah, like
parang nagiging pa-impress na kasi. Parang ginagalingan mo na masyado. Nawawala na yung
feel mo If you hear all these
not
things,
authentic.
Just for the people who are listening na don't know like about the process. Pag nirinig mo kasi paulit-ulit, makikita mo mas maganda ito. Mas magandang take na to dun sa isa. Yung isa masyado tama, pero parang may ganun.
Kahit simple things lang na may kinulot ka na vocals, parang naglaro ka na Hindi ka na nagnanarrate ng story Gusto mo na lang kaming i-impress with your singing.
Lalo na sa lyrics actually mas napapansin yan Parang, masyado mo na Shift F7 mo naman
Lagi nila kinokorrect sa lyrics ko pag may lumalabas yung word na galavant. Sabi nila, wow, galavant! Galavant? Talaga? Ano ginawa mo sa mall? Nag-galavant? Parang gano'n. Yung manager namin, ganun yung pagtirapan yung lyrics ko.
Yung vacuous na yan. Parang,
ako sa akin, yung vacuous, maganda Kasi, anong galagay kong word doon?
No, yun nga. Pero, dito bumaliktad na siya, diba? Kasi parang kung yun yung word, parang, palitan mo, masyadong verbose.
Pero sa Gemini, vacuous kasi yung word talaga So, okay lang. Pero, diba?
Papalit mo doon, diba? May ganun yan.
Kasi I would put empty, pero the empty night doesn't make sense. Vacuous talaga
Masyado mo pag masyado ka nagpapa-impress, parang it shows.
But if it comes naturally, then judge.
Yeah. Yun yung best.
Yun yung may mystery then in like song creation. Minsan parang may hinuhugot ka na parang may ganun pala inside of you. Hindi mo alam kung saan nanggaling. Pero parang, hey, yun yung kailangan lumabas So you have to honor that also.
I'm learning.
Ako rin I'm learning.
Songwriting.
I'm also learning. We're constantly learning. We're all
It's a never-ending process.
Yeah.
Well, guys, an hour was far from enough. I enjoyed this conversation so much. But
So did I, yes.
It's past 6 o'clock, so before we end, are there any shows coming up? Is there anything we can watch out for? More singles? People in the comments are asking about Spongecola stickers. Anything?
Yun nga, ang daming ang comments May mga comment pa si Ernie Magbu. I'm not sure who she is, pero nag-comment siya. I'm kidding. She's batch 06 Soksay. Sabi niya, pa-imps, which means pa-impress.
Yes.
We like shortcutting words kasi. So, like, pa-imps is pa-impress, we have a lot of comments.
Like, kasi you guys from Ateneo, nag-oral exams na ba kayo? Or you like,
of course, every year.
Yun, diba? Pag mapapansin ng teacher mo yun. Ganun ako dati. Tapon mo lahat. Pero alam mo, napapansin yun. Pag wala ka naman talaga sinasabi. Pero parang pinapaikot mo.
You know that they catch you when they raise an eyebrow and start writing. You know that it's over.
Yup, yun
Ako, meron akong oral exam hack, pero I'm not sure if it will work for teachers, lalo if anyone's like a teacher's watching this. When you put like social relevance to any question, they can't give you a low grade for it.
Saka personal
experience. They will now.
Well, pero when you say that, tapos when it's done well, lalo na if you really have like, kasi my brother's socksai, so I'm a lit major, tapos my brother's a socksai major, so when we talk, lagi na ako nagkakaroon ng socksai ikot for anything. So that's why I get like really pretty okay grades sa mga essay and sa ganyan. Because when I put socksai, teachers can't give you an F for that. Parang, that's relevant. That's socially relevant. Okay.
Ang style ko dyan, technique, integration with personal experience. Kasi
There.
totoo yun sa'yo eh.
Yan.
Hindi
And
naman
no one can
talaga-
take that away from you.
You related to the topic.
No, it works. Believe me.
Ang daming comments pala. Sorry, hindi ko na...
Yeah, like I want to apologize because there were so many that I wanted to read, but when I'd be about to read it, it would go up already. So it would be like,
Yeah.
yeah. Someone even had like documentary recommendations, so I think we all have something to look forward to later.
Nice.
All right.
Gusto ko lang i-clarify pala. Like, all my bandmates talk a lot also. It's not just me. It's just that I just talk a lot. But they also are, parang ano lang, like I'm a 9 and they're like 8.9s. Parang ganun din naman eh.
I think we have good ball rotation in terms of
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did. It was
Teamwork.
good.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
I'm still there. I think I have an answer na, no? So there's no
Before class ends.
Yes, there's no I in team. And related to your personal experience, no? Yeah, actually, that I did that too sa some orals before. That parang group kami, diba? So
Yes.
I think I was the third one that the prof picked. Parang sige, yung first two, diba? Or personal, yeah. Well, so, diba, yung sagot ko personal. Pas, okay, I like that answer. Pas nagulat ako na si Father, pa nag-agree sa akin. Parang, kailangan pala personal. So, tama ka doon, Arms.
Pero alam mo, sorry, aside lang medyo. Alam mo, hassle sa group orals. Pag nag-review kayo together, tapos syempre, you run down yung mga question, okay, ito yung sagot. Tapos, ninakaw yung sagot mo. Yun!
Felt that in my soul!
Yun! Or, sorry hindi naman nagmamalinis, pero minsan nangyayari, ginagawa ko rin yun. So, alam mo, parang, man, come on. Pero wala. If you know the material, you know the material.
Parang pagsabihin mo naman na parang, just like what Armo said, no? Magmumukha namang ikaw yung nagnanakaw. Parang,
kahit original mo yun. Ako meron naman ako, merong isang time, Theo Orals, 1 out of 14 lang yung naaral ko. Isa lang yung alam ko. Tapos yung group mates ko, they're like, parang they're nice to me and alam nila kasi I was already working at that time. We were doing the Spongecola thing, so hindi na ako na-concentrate for 4th year Theo Orals. Pero nakakatawa kasi ang nabunot na number, yung kaisa-isang number na alam ko, yun yung napunta sa akin. Tapos naalala ko kasi yung parang team captain namin, nung nabunot yung number na alam for Yael, ang napunta ay number 7. The only one I knew. Gumanon talaga siya nakita ko gumanon yung kamay niya.
You got this.
Yung parang, tapos we got an A for that. Tapos parang paglabas talaga namin, parang, how lucky are you? You knew one thesis thing and like you got it. It's parang, what? Diba? 1 out of 14.
Yun yung nagpa-practice ka ng jump shots from one spot.
Yep, and that's one thing. Yeah, tapos pumasok, yun yung napuntang open shot and I took it. That felt good. I felt it.
Have you ever sang during orals?
Yes. That doesn't
How'd
always
that go?
work. Pag group projects, umabot sa point na my classmates would like pirate me also for their group projects para may presentation. Teachers can't give you a low grade if you sing an original song. So, I would sing an original song for anything.
Ang trademark niyan siya, kasi naging groupmate ko yan sa Theo eh. Ang style niyan siya, mag-record siya ng video talking to himself. Tapos, presentation, kakausapin niya yung video niya. It's parang, wow, technology.
Even before TikTok, ha? Even
before TikTok, yeah. As in, tas gagawin ko pa yung favorite move ko, yung may paper, lalagay mo sa taas ng TV, para pag na-drop yung, wow, it's magic! Tapos how'd you do that? Tapos it always works kasi everyone else will be boring eh. And mine will be, mine might not have substance, but it'll be fun.
I'll leave you with a smile, right?
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah. You'll never forget my aura.
You never forget. People never forget. That's from Superbad.
People will never forget this, and some want a little sample. Just kidding, unless.
Of? Sample of a song?
How would you sing your orals?
How? Hindi, I mean, no, hindi siya parang musical,
Go ahead.
Hindi, before, pag may presentation, you can sing, like, after, as like a culminating event. Because teachers can't give you an F for singing. Diba? Parang, how? Parang, so, yeah. So, yun yung pang pa A+ dun sa A. Yun yung parang, that space between A and A+. So, there would be times na I would be recruited sa mga ibang groups na parang, hey, if you need an A+ and not an A, you can get Yael to do this.
Kala ko
It works.
Discuss Squid Games with a Marxist framework.
Yun din! Yun! Yes!
Say framework.
Oh
been
no,
working
I'm
on
one of
that
the few who still haven't seen
Like-
Squid Game.
You haven't? It's
to people. Don't say framework. Don't say Squid Game.
it's really good.
Foucault's pendulum. Ano mga
Yep.
application natin dyan?
Althusser, marami. Pwede kang mag-Marxist, pwede kang mag-ideological state apparatus. Madami. Pero yung Squid Game kasi ang maganda, yung idea lang na if you're watching, if you're gonna watch it naman siguro pero I'm not gonna spoil it. Pero just the idea na aren't we already in that game? That's what it I think what it
social commentary.
yeah, yung parang that's already exactly. Tapos nakakatawa pa, perspective lang. The cash prize is like 90% of Steph Curry's salary for a year of playing, not endorsements and without agent fee and taxes. Pero mataas tax niya kasi San Francisco yan eh. Pero I mean, parang perspective lang, some people are earning that much money that people are fighting for also. I'm not like saying that it's bad to earn money kasi that's also not a good way of thinking or looking at things. But parang perspective. So yun nga, parang ang dami kasing sinasabi and ang ganda ng pagkaka-produce and there's so many things na they're doing really well. Malaking bagay kasi na in Korea, the government's supporting
All their
everything.
artists.
Yes.
They support everything so much. Yes.
It's really paying off for them.
Tsaka it's really, they're also pushing original content kasi. Malaking bagay din yun na hindi parang, uy, gawa ka ng cover of a song para alam na agad ng mga tao. Para auto-applause. Parang walang ganun. Kailangan. Kasi, tsaka ito, gusto ko lang i-share to kasi nandito tayo sa platform na may value itong sasabihin ko siguro. Wow. Para kunyari, we did a show in Memphis before. In Memphis, Tennessee. Tapos it was a festival. So, it's not, may nagtanong na before, opening act ba kayo? Walang opening act ng festivals, guys. It's a festival. Anyway, so we're playing. Tapos, at a certain point, we played a cover, our cover of Crazy For You kasi we had to play like 2 days. And parang kukulangin ng songs if we don't, parang might as well play it. Tapos nakita ko lang yung reaction ng mga tao doon na parang, why are you playing a cover in a festival? Alam mo yun, parang hindi, that's not what we're here for, dude. If we wanted to hear this, we'd go to a bar.
And when we were playing our Filipino songs that most of them didn't really understand, they were like really grooving to it. Talagang na-appreciate nila just the music.
Yeah.
So, first-hand na feel namin na parang,
Yung crowd kasi was like mostly foreign eh. I mean, mga taga-Memphis. Like, ang Filipino community sa Memphis, hindi ganun kalaki. So,
it's mostly locals.
Yeah. So parang ganun ang tingin nila sa covers.
And they really wanted us to play Filipino songs. I mean, that's why they invited us there.
Yeah. So that's a thing na parang I think it's also like something that we can learn from here in the Philippines na parang do we really want to hear another version of a song? May joke yung friend ko before eh. When you sing a song next to him, he'll say, sino kumanta niyan? Tapos sabihin ko, Green Day. Pwede bang sila na lang? Yun yung joke ng friend ko. Tapos ngayon, if you think about it, it actually is like about art. It's about why would you sing someone else's song? Parang sing yours na lang. Sayang naman, life's too short to parrot someone else's words. Share me your thoughts.
Nag-a-apply yung mga nababasa mga motivational posters on Instagram na parang, you're the best version of you. Nobody can do you better. Parang gano'n. Yung mga ganyung things. Totoo yun. In this case, parang you're the best original you can be. Rather than just copying somebody else. It's never gonna work. Parang.
Yeah. May ganyan din sa Sing Street. It's a nice movie if you guys have a lot of time, which I think you guys might have a lot of.
Time? What's that?
Diba? Sing Street.
It's about the band. They make a band, right?
Yeah, that's the one. May part dun yung the brother has a monologue about art. Yung parang you wanna use someone else's song to get the girl. Parang you wanna impress her, right? With someone else's music, someone else's art.
We were doing a tour of Canada first night namin. We watched that kasi nandun siya sa Netflix Canada. Tapos yakan kami.
Alam mo na,
we don't even get a lot.
It's funny lang kasi si Armo was saying na parang I wanted to watch Jurassic Park. Tapos parang you have an entire new catalog of Netflix shows and you're gonna watch a show you've seen 50 times? Let's watch Sing Street. So ako kasi siya palang nakakanood, tapos ako hindi pa. Tapos sabi niya parang promise iiyak ka sa ending.
We watched
This
it
was-
as a band. We were drink our drinks, watched it
That
as a
adds
band.
to the effect.
Tapos Tapos yung iyak ko may sound, yung gano'n, yung parang nakakaiyak naman yung ending. Yung ending kasi no spoilers pero may last frame siya. Tapos it's that frame that hits you hard. The last frame of the movie.
Okay.
Hits you hard. Parang yun kasi end of the day, it's a story about something.
I need to rewatch that. I think I forgot a lot
for
of
us
that
to check
movie.
out.
You can just go straight to the ending tapos check mo yung last frame. It's clue, text siya na nakasulat. So that's the thing.
Maraming aspects kasi of that movie. Kahit it was in Ireland, ganyan. Pero marami kasi nag-resonate kami kasi ganun din kami nag-start eh. Parang a lot of us starting out in Ateneo, ganyan, being students.
Yeah.
Ganun. So sobrang nag-resonate sa amin yung ganung yung story na yun in particular. Parang kwento natin to.
Tsaka yung kuya ko rin kasi parang mentor namin eh. Di ba? May-mention ko nga kanina na yung name na Spongecola. Isa siya sa mga nag-isip nun kasama namin. So, ganun na ganun yung situation. We had someone who was older na alam niya yung ginagawa niya. Tapos guiding us throughout. So, it was really close to the story.
That's cute.
Sorry.
Alright.
Medyo tambay na to, no? Talaga.
Oh, we're just hanging out, really.
Just hanging out at this point.
Yeah, we are. That's fine. You know, people are still enjoying. Actually, there were people saying, "Please extend." So we did. We got to extend, and I just want to shout out to the frequent commenters. So Shane Eliza, Daniel May Basadre, Prince Mark, who is celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday!
Prince Mark!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Prince Mark! Happy
Mary Grace Asuncion, Rax Rala, and another birthday celebrant who's part of Radio Katipunan, Judith Escuivas.
Judith.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Wow. That was fun. It's fun hanging out.
This was really, yes, exactly. This was really fun. This was like such a boost of positivity I personally really needed today.
Aww. Diba kaya nag-start ako with a negative story nung yung pinapanood ni Armo eh. Parang pataas tayo, yung trajectory natin pag ganun.
Yes, it was upwards from it was upwards and it stayed.
Let's start with a serial killer all the way to happiness. Serial killer.
Yeah, now it's all rainbows and butterflies.
Diba?
Yes, exactly. That is very fun. But before we thank you properly, we need to thank a few people first.
Yeah,
so stay after for a picture.
Yeah. So we'd love to thank James for always handling our broadcast, and of course to Sir Justin for always having our backs.
Yes, and to our audience who was so lively today, thank you once again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you all next time. So we'll see you all again next week.
Don't miss out. Follow us on Instagram at newwave.arcade to stay updated. Catch the replay on Radio Katipunan's 87.9's Facebook FM page, YouTube, and Twitter Live. All go by at Radio Katipunan.
That's Radio Katipunan 87.9 FM on Facebook.
There we go.
But most of all, thank you to Mr. Yael of the House Uzon. We know how much you wanted us to say that. Mr. Armar Movit and Mr. Ted Cruz for this conversation. We learned so much. I personally learned so much. It was really so much fun, and hopefully we can have you on again as 4, like complete 4 out of 4.
Or we could do the Itchy Worms V Spongecola.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I would be down for
that. That would be amazing. That would be so fun.
Is that a yes already for next time?
Maybe we can do it from Kelvin's restaurant. Para we can kasi masarap yung pizza nila eh. Tapos they have like this promo na parang may parang buy one take one pizza for takeout. And it's really good. And it's like perfect for like if you're having a party and you want to impress someone with like parang this pizza has truffle Parang wow, truffle. Okay, cultured, you know.
Wow, Tito Kelvin, you're getting a lot of adverts here.
Good food. Tsaka may outdoor dining sila. May outdoor dining area sila. So, parang if you want fresh air and you just want to, it's also pet friendly so you can bring your dog.
Really? Okay, this has to happen. I didn't know that, but okay, that has to happen. Everyone has to bring their dogs too. And like
maybe not the big dogs kasi baka mag-away silang lahat. Parang
oh no, but that's all my
fights
dogs
going on that day.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But once again, this has been your midweek gang who's always ready to hang. I'm Austin.
And I'm Max, and this has been New Wave with Spongecola. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, let's just wait for the goal. Let's just wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, May I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
Catch us on
New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores.
every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there.
Radyo-Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo-Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo-Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.